Hey, welcome back to the eDrum Workshop. I'm Luke and I hope you're having a great day. Just a quick kit loading tutorial today for anybody purchasing TD-17 custom kits from my store or any other company that sells TD-17 kits and provides the .tdo or .td0 files for them. This won't be going into the full kit backup method of loading settings, just the individual kit files, as I only offer this method with my downloads as the kit packs are small. It's overall a pretty simple process and I do provide instructions with the kits that I sell, but those who don't do a lot of diving into settings might not be super familiar with the process, so I gather that it'd be a good shout to give a visual guide alongside the written instructions. The things that you'll need to complete the installation are a computer with an SD card slot or an SD card reader, and an SD card. You need to make sure that your SD card has the correct file structure on it too. The easiest way to do this is just to format your SD card on the Roland module and it will do it for you. There's instructions for this in your TD-17 manual. If it already has any other files on it, make sure that you make a backup of the SD card before you do this so you don't lose anything. Overall, you'd be best off having a dedicated SD card for your module, in my opinion. I have one that I just leave in there and it saves the hassle of losing track of files or misplacing it. So we'll start the process over at the computer. After downloading and unzipping the files that you've downloaded, you'll be left with a folder that contains the .tdo files for whichever kits that you've purchased. I've just done it straight to the desktop here for ease, and in this case I'm using the huge and heavy collection from my store as the example. So this folder contains 10 .tdo files, named from kit 102.tdo up to kit 111.tdo. And I started the file names from the 100s because I felt like that was the easiest way to avoid file name conflicts with other vendors that also create kits. You can rename these .tdo files if you prefer, so that you don't need to scroll all the way up to kit 100 nod on the module. However, if you do, you need to stick to this naming convention that you can see here. You can only change the numbers in the file name, not the kit hyphen part or the .tdo extension, otherwise the module will not read them. So I'd recommend to leave them as they are, and I'll show you how to scroll faster when we get to that section on the module, but the option is there. So you're going to want to insert your SD card into your computer or the card reader. On Windows it usually tells me that there's a problem with it, but don't bother fixing it, it's fine. Then you want to navigate through the folders into the Roland, TD-17 and kits folder, and you want to copy these .tdo files over into this kit folder. The folder might be empty or it might have other kits that you've saved or bought in there. In my case here, it's empty. So either just drag the files over or copy and paste, whichever you prefer. Let it copy the files and you're good. Safely remove the SD card from your computer with whichever method your PC or Mac uses and you're ready to head over to the module and load the kits. Insert your SD card into the TD-17's card slot while it's off and then turn it on. When it's all booted up and ready, you're going to press the other button on the right hand side, then press the down arrow twice to scroll down to the screen where save/load is located. Press the middle function button, which is called F2 by the way, despite not being labelled on the face, to go into the save/load menu. Then make sure you press F2 again so that you're on the load tab. Make sure you don't accidentally try to do anything on the save page because you could accidentally overwrite the kits and then have to reload them to your SD card. It's very easy to do if you're not paying attention. So you're on the load screen and by default it will be starting on the kit 001 on your SD card, which in my case has nothing in the slot as I only have my kits on it. If you're loading a kit from my store, you'll need to scroll up to at least kit 102 as that's where the huge and heavy kits start. And here's the tip that I mentioned earlier, you can actually scroll much quicker by holding down the enter button when you turn the dial. That's another function that's not clearly labelled, but it is very useful, and it works on almost any parameter that you can scroll for. So scroll up to the desired kit. Here I'm going to load Don Loco A from kit 102, and make sure that this with user samples box is checked up at the top if the kit that you're loading has them. My kits do, which you can tell from this little icon here. It should be on by default for any kit that contains user samples, but it's best just to make sure. And if it isn't checked, you just press up and then use the dial to check the box. And then go down and select the kit slot that you want to load the kit to on the module. You can place it in any of the kit slots out of the 100 that are available. I'd recommend one of the user kits which start from kit 51, but if you're already using a lot of those slots for other kits that you've made or copied, you might need to go higher or even override a stock kit that you don't use. I'm going to load it to kit 70. So you just hit the F3 button here, which is labelled execute. It'll ask you if you're sure, so hit enter to confirm that you are indeed sure. And it will load the kit. You get a nice little happy completed message when it's done. The user samples that come with the kit are automatically loaded onto the module with the kit settings, and it all gets assigned to the correct kits with the correct play type options. Then you just need to repeat these steps if you've got more kits to load. In this case there's 9 more to go, but you might only want to load a certain amount to begin with, or you might only have 1 or 2. Whichever way, you just repeat those steps and you're set. And it automatically takes you to the last kit that you loaded, so you can just start playing there or scroll to whichever other kit that you want, and off you go. And that's it. As I said, there's nothing too complex, but I know that some people prefer visual guides to text, so this was that. If you found this useful at all, pop a like on the video, subscribe for more tips, tricks, tutorials, hit the bell to stay up to date, all that YouTube stuff. This particular kit collection, huge and heavy, is available on my store to purchase at the eDrumworkshop.com if you're interested. There'll be a card up in the top right that takes you to a full demo if you've not seen it already. Thanks for watching, I'll play you out and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!